Mr. Ron Brumbarger is one of Indiana's most recognized technology entrepreneurs and visionaries. He has spent his entire professional career leveraging an entrepreneurial mindset applied via technology to enhance business practices, improve operational performance, and facilitate organizational growth. He co-founded Bitwise Solutions in 1992. He has served as the company's president and chief executive officer since its inception. Ron and his wife Cindy have 2 boys you can see here and are members of the College Park Church in Indianapolis. Please help me to welcome him to the stage tonight. Thanks, Ron.
Thank you. Chris, I do feel welcome. And I appreciate your opportunity, the hospitality, and the opportunity to be here with you tonight. And I appreciate your intro and getting my kids on screen. Tanner, my son on the left, wanted to be here. He's 17, but he can't. So he's at the Starbucks down the street, perhaps another day. What I want to talk to you about tonight is, it's very sobering. It's the quadratic equation. Raise your hand without Google if you remember the quadratic equation. Oh, come on. Not stupid. Nobody. You don't, from start to finish. Really? Really? No, there's no way. No. Come on. So, here's the thing. Here's the challenge. Here's the challenge I want you to think about. When you think about your business or a business you're close to, and I want you to do a quick inventory of the talent that you have in your firm between the ages of 20 and 30. Got that? I want you to think about that a minute. What are you going to do for that next generation of talent? Where are you going to find them? What pond are you going to fish in to find that talent? Where are you going to get it? So here's a guy. Who's been in a new grad interview in the last 2 years? Come on, it's okay. Be honest. Right. Keep your hand up if it went really well. I can see the lights are bright. There are no hands. There are no hands raised. This is tragic, folks. I sat down with a young man last night at my office. Bright kid, 21 years old. He's 20 years old. He's finished with school. He has a degree in communications. Bright young man. You know what? I don't know how to help him. He has a degree that represents a product few people want to buy. What do we do with that? It's not okay as business owners and leaders in our markets. It's not okay to just say, go get your degree. Go to college, get your degree, pay a lot of money, come out in debt, and I can't employ you. Because when you go to college campuses today, I promise you, the tenured professors are saying, oh, you'll graduate with a degree that pays $70,000 right out of school. Well, if someone in your business said that to a customer, guess what? You got to back it up. That's misrepresentation, right? So what are you going to do? Where will you find tomorrow's talent? Now, I suggest to you, if you've experienced one of these new grad interviews, you see here this idea that it works in the lab but not on the job, right? Have you heard this from a new grad that you've tried to hire or a young person? Well, in class, we did it this way. Well, that doesn't work on the job, right? Simply not possible. And the other thing that we see a lot, especially in the technology field at Bitwise, is we see dated content, dated technologies, methodologies we haven't used forever, right? We're trying to hire the best and brightest we possibly can. And frankly, it's killing us trying to find talent. It's really, really hard to find talent. So the dated content, the irrelevant skills, what's the most interesting class you took outside of your major? Right, think about it, right? I had golf. I spent time and a lot of money playing golf. That's the most expensive round of golf I've ever played. Think about it. It has never paid off. So new grads today have poor writing skills. And by the way, this isn't every new grad, right? This isn't every kid coming out of school. By no means. This is not every student that you see. But by and large, writing skills are gone. Don't believe me? Look to see what an A looks like on a senior thesis. Grade it yourself. Try it. I have. Try it. Pick one up. Ask to review it. If you can get through the first paragraph and the sentence fragments and the punctuation and the misspellings, good luck. And that constitutes an A. In fact, you get a C for turning it in many cases, right? Critical thinking skills. Where are the dots being connected? By the way, do you know in Indiana, we have this thing called Core 40. Logic is not required as a core class in Indiana. It's 2013. The world's kicking our butt academically, and we don't have logic as a required course. And we have zero ownership, right? We have this, that's your problem, not mine. I'm an employee. It's 4:55, it's time to leave. Not everybody, but pretty common. And the entitlement mentality. Who's experienced the entitlement mentality? Primarily of the millennials, right? I'm here, therefore I should be paid. I'm blessing you with my presence. So I want you to think for just a second, is college worth it? Is it worth it? Let's do the math. Let's pick on a school down the road that's had a really good basketball team the last several years. Private school. Sorry if you're a Butler grad. You should have figured out that's Butler. Okay? For some of you that are a little slow. That's Butler. What's tuition at Butler? 45 or 58? It's $58,000 a year on average tuition. Do the math. Do the math. All right? So the high cost. Now, by the way, I'm told not to be political, but you know, a house plant can get a student loan. In today's economy, a house plant can get a student loan. Why? Because it's provided to you by the federal government. It's pretty easy, right? It's pretty easy to get a student loan. So the likelihood of you exiting college with a large debt on your shoulders is very probable, unless you're blessed to have cash otherwise. The cost, the rapidly rising, increasing costs of tuition. We hear about this all the time. Everybody has a degree. What difference does it make? Oh, I shouldn't say that. What difference does it make? I'll say that anyway. Current stats show that 50 to 60% of new grads are unemployed. Okay? Now this degree is supposed to produce a crop that I can hire. And when 2/3 of those young people are not hireable because they don't have the skills or the attainment of knowledge, not a degree, then we have to start separating education and the fact that you completed a degree from an education. Right? Memorization and education are not the same thing. And I talked a little bit about the tenured professors. We won't go there. Time doesn't permit. By the way, typical college student today changes majors 4 times before they graduate. About once a year. How efficient is that, right? And finally, student loan debt now exceeds $1 trillion in this country. Anyone think this is a problem? Yeah. Anyone not think the education bubble of higher ed's about to pop? Wow. Got the choir here. How'd you do this? So how did this happen? I'm going to go fast. I'll run out of time. How did this happen? Who thinks they live in a great school district? Wrong. Sorry to inform you, your school district might be less bad than your neighbor. Okay? And by the way, Indiana schools stink. We stink. We're at the bottom. We're at the bottom 10%. And I'm an optimist. Man, I've owned a technology firm in Indiana for 22 years. I have to be stupid and optimistic. Okay? These are the facts. But we don't have great schools. If you think you have a great school, you've been lied to. I'm sorry to inform you that. Your school is less bad than the school down the street. Think about this if you're a plumber. My jobs at your house will leak less than my competition. Seriously? We don't compete. But what happened? How did we get here? We got here because K-12 has been so watered down. The output of K-12, the input to higher ed, is missing. Therefore, the output of higher ed, because how many times can you have a 4-year program take 6 years? It's too much money. Therefore, the rest of us at the end of that food chain, have to absorb it, right? That's the challenge. Today's college campus. I'm going to go really fast. Anybody know the Rachel Fiji story? Young girl from Zionsville, beautiful, blonde hair, blue-eyed, soccer star, graduated from Zionsville in May, went to IU, arrived, I'm guessing, on Thursday on campus, went to a party Friday night, died. No classes. Did not make it to class. People walked by her for 6 hours as she was dying. Today's definition of co-ed, anybody know what this means? Today's definition of co-ed in many college campuses is a roommate. Sobering, isn't it? Drop your 18-year-old kid into that environment and tell him to learn. Really? Really? Are you crazy? And by the way, this week is Nude Week at Brown University, just in case you're interested. And finally, think about this for a minute. You're going to drop thousands of kids, 18 years old, into a college campus, and this is the first time someone left the gate open for them. I don't have time to get into all the interviews, but I want you to part with this last thing. Ask about a college warranty before you sign up and enroll. Thank you.